In the desert west of Cairo, beneath the sand plateau of Saqqara, is a tunnel that hums with the weight of time. In 2025, a Czech-Egyptian survey team used laser scanners to remap the Serapeum, a subterranean labyrinth carved more than 3,000 years ago. What they found was not new, yet it felt impossible all over again. 24 granite boxes, each weighing between 60 and 80 tons, their interiors polished to a mirror sheen. Their planes so flat that light itself slides along them like water on glass. Each box is sealed. Each box is silent. For centuries, archaeologists believed they were tomb sarcophagi for the Apis bull, a sacred incarnation of the god Ptah. But the new data changed the conversation. The 3D scans recorded planarity within 0.5 millimeter across surfaces of hard granite, a precision that rivals modern machine tooling. The inner corners are sharper than any copper chisel could carve. Their weight would crush even the sturdiest wooden sledges. And yet, they are here, perfectly aligned deep beneath the rock. Granite is not a forgiving material. It resists, fractures, and blunts metal. Modern engineers use diamond saws to tame it. Ancient Egypt, we are told, had only copper, sand, and patience. Some say the numbers don't add up, that copper alone cannot shape diorite without disintegrating, that the laser scans reveal surfaces flatter than our best milling machines could produce without vibration control, that the interior polish is not decoration but function. If the boxes were simply coffins, why make them perfect? There are no hieroglyphs, no inscriptions naming kings or gods. Most boxes were found empty, their lids displaced, their contents gone or never there. The few that held remains contained only fragments of bone, scattered like ashes, not full bodies of sacred bulls. So what were they built for? To bury, to protect, or to contain something we no longer understand? A quieter school of thought whispers that these boxes are not coffins, but resonant chambers devices designed to harness sound or vibration. The theory points to their material. Granite is rich in quartz, capable of sustaining oscillations. Their interiors, perfectly cubic, amplify low frequencies. When struck, they ring like a bell trapped in stone. If sound is energy, then perhaps these boxes were not made to rest the dead, but to awaken something else. It sounds like fantasy, until you remember that the ancients were master acousticians. The temples of Dendera and Abydos still hum when the wind passes through their corridors. Sound was not entertainment, it was a tool of communion. Could the Serapeum have been an underworld of resonance, a chamber where gods were summoned, not buried? When Auguste Mariette found the Serapeum, he wrote of the suffocating darkness and the smell of ancient air. He lowered himself by rope, a lantern in his teeth, brushing against stone walls smooth as mirrors. He spent 30 years documenting what he could, drawing each box by hand. Sometimes his sketches showed faint striations, parallel grooves on the granite faces. Modern machinists recognize them as milling marks, but in Mariette's notes, they were described as lines of devotion, traces of the craftsman's hand. He believed humans made them. Others believe something else did. Even now the boxes rest untouched, too heavy to move, too perfect to ignore. They stand as both evidence and enigma, proof of effort and proof of our ignorance. Mainstream Egyptology holds firm. The Serapeum boxes were made in the 18th or 19th dynasty, around 1300 BCE, as burial chambers for the Apis bulls. The precision, the product of patient abrasion. The polish, a symbol of reverence. The emptiness, looting, time, and ritual reuse. But alternative historians point to patterns that ripple across continents. The same impossible cuts appear at Pumapunku in Bolivia, stones sliced like butter, corners razor sharp. At Baalbek in Lebanon, a single block weighing 1,200 tons was somehow lifted into place. At Ajanta in India, entire temples were carved from mountain rock, aligned with celestial geometry. Different cultures, different times. The same audacity to shape stone as if it were clay. Coincidence or continuity? If such a global pattern existed, It might mean that these monuments are remnants of a forgotten craft and ancient engineering language spoken in stone. Perhaps it was not alien, but ancestral. A science of resonance, geometry, and material behavior that we have simply lost through the noise of history. 1 that treated matter not as resistance, but as vibration. To some, the Serapeum boxes look like engines, silent, inert, waiting for something to reawaken them. To others, they are testaments to the limits of human endurance, proof that time, repetition, and faith can grind even granite into submission. Both views orbit the same gravity, the question of how. What if the enigma is not in the boxes but in our perception of time? We imagine projects like this as construction tasks, measurable, efficient, purposeful. But the ancient world was not ruled by speed. It was ruled by ritual, patience, and eternity. To carve one box over a lifetime was not wasteful, it was sacred. Maybe we see an engineering problem where they saw a spiritual equation. The precision may not have been technological, it may have been devotional. Each micron of polish could be an act of worship, each groove a hymn translated into stone. The mystery, then, is not how they built them. It's why they believed perfection mattered. In the deepest corridor of the Serapeum, one box remains unsealed. Visitors say when you stand beside it, the sound changes, your breath echoes differently, your heartbeat amplifies. It's as if the chamber itself listens. Engineers call it resonance. Priests might have called it presence. Whether by human hands or some older intelligence, these boxes turn sound into silence and silence into thought. They are not merely tombs. They are questions, carved in granite. The 2025 laser scans gave us precision down to fractions of a millimeter, but they did not explain the intent. We can measure the smoothness of the stone, not the smoothness of the mind that shaped it. We can weigh the granite, but not the patience. We can calculate the force required to move 80 tons, but not the faith that made it worth moving. So the story loops back to the same boxes, same silence. If they were built by hands, they redefine endurance. If by something else, they redefine history. Either way, they remind us that intelligence is not only in design, it's in persistence. Perhaps the Serapeum does not hold the bodies of bulls, but the memory of a method, a language written in pressure, vibration, and stillness. And when the light of our scanners fades, the boxes remain. The boxes remain, as if waiting for someone who can finally hear what they've been trying to say.